this image of Isaiah 53. But we preach Christ crucified, to the Jews a stumbling block, and to the Greeks foolishness. But to those who are called both Jews and Greeks, Christ, the power of God and the wisdom of God, because the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. It says, where is the disputer of this age, right? Where's the disputer? Because God's crushing this image. But the disputer, it says, is a joint seeker, referring to a debater who delves into philosophical and religious matters, i.e., in essence, fiercely dialogues with others. Fiercely dialogues with others. Someone who sounds off to look important. That's a good thought, right? Someone who sounds off to look important, impressive, especially on moot subjects. Let me read that again, just in case you missed it. Someone who sounds off to look important, impressive, especially on moot subjects and without objective basis. In biblical times, the Jews had rabbinical houses, academic centers devoted to religious disputation. A moot subject is an issue that is not worth arguing about. And so if you find these people that are clamoring for these topics and they're looking to look a certain way, impressive, especially arguing over words as we went through previously in past weeks, this is that disputer that God is bringing to nothing, right? Where is the disputer of this age? Because the Greeks seek after wisdom. And so they don't, when they look at the cross, this image of the cross, back to Isaiah 53, let's go back to Isaiah 53, because I really want this point to be driven home for all of us. I think it's vital that we get this. Let me read this again. Verse 3, he is despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. See how this image of 1 Corinthians chapter 1, he was despised and we did not esteem him. See how this ties into 1 Corinthians chapter 1? They think it's foolishness. They don't want to look at this image. They don't want to embrace this image.